Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the 710 Daily Sesh with Danyka. And we got her set up and ready to rock here. And I'm going to split now.
You're the best. Thank you. Thank you.
Not a problem, hon. Happy 710, y'all. Sorry we're late. We got 2 minutes till the 710 dab. Get them fired up, get them loaded. And in the meantime, Danica is going to entertain us and talk about all things hemp. I don't know if you got a guest coming in at you. You can share that link, and I'll be tuned in and watching to see what's going on.
Okay, perfect. And Kim, thank you so much, as always, for the good assist. We are all having some sweet technical difficulties. We do have a very exciting guest joining us. We are going to wait for 1 second to see if this link is working.
Yeah, we'll let you get all set up and stuff, and everybody in the room can do their dabs and get stuff going on.
Your dabs, whatever you're smoking. Is it an edible? Is it we want to hear all about that good stuff. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Don't forget to flip over to comments so you can see comments. The screen there coming at you. Mike is saying hi all. We got a few people in the room, and the comments should come at you through StreamYard.
Perfect. Okay, I'm excited. Yay.
Happy 710, y'all. Catch you later.
Okay, well, we do know that our guest already sat, so we are going to wait a moment for our sweet friend to get on. Like I said, we are having some technical difficulties. I know that there's a huge lag on my end in Ontario. My dogs are super barking and not loving that either. Let's just get this. We're plugging in our sweet computer. Okay, so we are waiting for our sweet friend Anne-Marie to get on. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with me. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, Ginger, happy 710, all that good stuff. We have our good. Okay.
Oh, here I am.
Me and my puppies welcome you.
I know, I turned it on all here. I was surprised my dog didn't get going.
Oh, you know what? They'll probably, it's infectious. Oh my gosh. Yay. Technical difficulties are super real right now.
It's, what happens to everybody these days. So I don't think anybody's too upset about it. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's coyote season. I am so sorry.
Farm issues, right?
Oh my gosh. Molly, come here. Auntie Marie wants to tell you to stop it. Auntie Marie says no.
No barking. No barking, just for a little bit. No barking, just for a little bit.
And that's okay. Let us know. And I appreciate that you're a fellow dog lover.
So much.
Among many other things, I am so excited to have you on our show on the IKW network. Kim, you're the best EP. I love you. We also sit on a board which you brought me on to, PACC. So yeah. I want to hear all the good hemp things, and I want to hear, in like I was saying, in addition to every role you take on, writer, the can of crime, I'm very, very excited about for you. So writer,
can of crime, I never thought of it that way. Can of crime. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. Hey.
I think about when anytime something comes across my desk like that, I was like, ooh, Emily would love that.
That's so awesome.
Oh my gosh. Right, but in addition to that, you are a writer, you're an advocate, which is really huge. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
That's okay. Hey, that's okay. The dogs need to do their thing. Your hair is beautiful, by the way. I didn't realize it was so long. And oh my goodness.
It's funny. It's one of those when as soon as I get on a call, all of a sudden they see a coyote or they see all of that. But that actually brings me to my next point because you're out on Vancouver Island.
I am.
It's so beautiful out there right now. Yes.
Yes. So I'm in Vancouver Island. It's super nice out. It's probably averaging about 7 degrees or so these days. So it makes for a really nice mild winter. We've had a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow on certain parts of the island, but not really. So I haven't seen any. So yeah, it's beautiful here. It's a nice place to kind of escape for the winter. Like it's the warmest place in Canada, so I can't complain out here.
Oops. I muted myself. I meant to mute my dogs, but
yeah, you muted yourself too. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I love everything about that. I really give me 2 seconds.
That's okay, man. Do the thing.
I have a question to all the mamas, to all the Canada mamas out there. Is this what it feels like to homeschool now? Is this
probably? I'd imagine so.
Hats off to you.
Right?
I only have to give them snacks.
I have all the I don't know, I have all the I don't know, what do you call it? Like props for parents right now. Like
yes.
Jeez, yeah, as you know, taking care of a dog's enough, but add some humans into the mix there, and holy moly, I have no idea what it's like to raise a child, but I can only imagine it's like 10 times more difficult these days.
It's so true. Like right now, I can go give my furry freeloader snacks, and that will subdue them for the moment. And I'm like, hey, mama's on a call. I love you. Please stop. No, like real life, everyday mothers that are like having to learn curriculum and do this. It's so different. Hats off.
I know. Hats off, majorly.
2 seconds. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, man. Of course.
Oh my gosh, I know my CFO is watching. She's going to be like, you got up. You didn't have to. With the furry and the loud. We are on farm life. You're on island life. So
right, you gotta roll with the punches.
Yes.
Right? Like I could be talking and a bear could come up beside me, like on the island. You just never know. We don't have bears in the city, but lots of deer and stuff. So we do have bears in the city. Actually, they pop up every once in a while. But
I wouldn't be mad at. I would not be mad at the bears.
Me neither, unless it was like right there. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we have some comments. I homeschooled three little ones. How do I?
Oh, there's comments.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, hi everybody. I didn't realize everybody's there. Cool.
We've got.
I hear Tabernac. Nice.
Oh, that's.
Oh, cool. Okay, now I see them all. Yeah, right on. Hats off to all of you guys. Wow.
Hi, Ginger. Yeah, we love you. This is incredible.
Yeah, nice to see you, Ginger. So yeah, let's talk hemp. Let's talk or whatever you'd like to talk about. Whatever you brought me on, I could talk about anything. I never met a microphone I didn't like.
No, and you know what? That's what I love. And by the way, we actually spoke earlier today, and so there's just so much ground to cover. Right, what you're up to, and like PACC, that you are one of the founders that has implemented that, plus your new company. In addition to the fact that you're still doing Canada-related, client work, in addition to the fact that we're still super trying to think about the toy drug killer.
Right. Oh, I don't even want to talk about that guy. He's awful. Yeah. Dude, yeah, we do have a lot to talk about. That's for sure. So yeah, I don't know where to start, but I guess maybe we could talk about where we share common ground, and that's PAC or PACC as you call it. It's officially the People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada. And we created PAC, packable. We wanted to be a little clever there, with the idea that we were getting frustrated with the lack of professionalism and education, standard of education amongst Canadian cannabis. We saw that there was a lot of HR issues. People were getting fired. There's a lot of bullying happening in the space. There's some slanderous things happening. There's some just behavior that we see in cannabis that you wouldn't necessarily see in other industries that you might have been a part of. Like this whole industry, I've been in it for almost 5 years, and I came from corporate structure education before, and it was very formal, whereas cannabis is very much a wild west. And you see that in the way that people interact and how companies are run. So, we're an amazing industry, but I think in Canada, we have this opportunity to become leaders by creating a very professional, very tight industry that, the world actually looks to when the rest of the world wants to legalize. So, it's so PAC is comprised of 5 focus areas. So we focus on medical cannabis, recreational retail, cannabis advocacy, Black, Indigenous, people of color inclusion in cannabis, and of course hemp in Canada. So this is where we're coming in, and this is where we have a common excitement. Oh yeah, happy 420 East Coast. Jeez, I can't look at my house, so otherwise I'd be pulling on a joint right now. But yeah, we have 5 founders, myself, Mimi Cannabis, Reverend Julie Addison, Stacey Oback, I know, wonderful folks, and Kadisha Thornhill will represent one of the wonderful group of women. We've been meeting since June of last year, every Friday. And we have about 22 different folks, such as yourself, that have joined us in the advocacy groups, the focus areas. So we're working on hemp together with a really big interest of bringing hemp to the forefront in Canada.
And we are so grateful for that. And a reminder to everybody, industrial hemp has been prominent since 1996. It's right. Just now with the fact when kind of everybody, the green rush happened and everybody thought CBD. We've been successfully farming industrial hemp since 1996 legally. So I love that your message is, okay, we're getting it back out there and, meeting in the middle of that one.
Right. So it's interesting. And, we've talked about this before, is that people, and it's really hard to advocate for hemp for other purposes as well, because people don't understand why advocate for hemp when we already have cannabis. And that's a question that I get a lot. It's very funny or mind-bending or backwards, however you want to look at it, that cannabis, the beautiful, wonderful cannabis plant that contains the beautiful cannabinoid THC, is completely legal for human consumption. Yet we can't consume the hemp plant that has all the same wonderful benefits of the cannabis plant, minus the THC, which could be a fantastic option for people. So, I think hemp has a lot of, there's a lot of sides to it. It has its industrial uses. You're right. We've been doing this since 1996. And how come we don't have houses or neighborhoods or whole developments built of hemp yet in Canada? Hemp houses, or hemp bricks or whatever. And then there's a whole plethora of health uses that we have for the hemp plant. So it's exciting. I love it.
Yeah, no, exactly to your point, but I think you kind of touched on it. I think because the consumer demand is now shifting and people are becoming more conscious of even how they're using building materials. You know what I mean? I've seen other people come forward and say, is there hemp paint? And I was like, what a concept. You know what I mean? Now people are really giving, I'm not going to swear, but they're really giving a crap about what is going into their bodies and their home and farm to table is becoming not just like a chic term, it's becoming very, very needed.
Absolutely. And we're seeing that especially now. And like, hemp is such a sustainable product that has so many uses, from paper to uh, construction materials to clothing, and it's sustainable. Whereas when you're tearing down trees, like I live in Vancouver Island, and the logging on this area is insane. I see trees after tree after tree coming down. I'm like, stop! Let's just grow hemp and do whatever we're gonna do with the trees with hemp. So, there's just so much potential, but unfortunately, not a lot of people in Canada are really are hip on hemp. So that's the battle that we have.
That's a really interesting term.
Hip on hemp.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not angry with that, because you're exactly right. But to take that, a step further, it's because we're taking something that farmers have known. Like, I had an email from a potential client asking what's more lucrative. So that is still what farms are looking at, right? Like, can we make money off hemp? What is the ROI? When I see that, I appreciate the question, but like you said, they're not. I actually am going to seriously love and steal that. Hemp on hemp.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're not getting the longevity of it and how it's the key. And I've said it before, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be a really big shift. I've seen it in some of my sweet farmer friends, but they still have the same questions. What is this comparable to corn or soy or whatever, their typical cash crop would have been? So and there was somebody in our area who I guess tried to combine a few years ago, and hemp, as we know, is very fibrous. By the way, everybody, we need that. We want that. We love that. But to a machine that's not ready for that, it got caught up in that. And so it spread, the folklore of hemp ruins your $1 million machinery. Whereas you need to know the correct petting or cutter or whatever the case may be for
right. That's so interesting. And it's so funny because hemp is legal in the United States. In 2018, they had the Farm Bill, which completely legalized it. So many farmers are moving all their crops over to hemp because it is a cash crop down there, because it is legal, because not any person, but any person that has a license and can prove that they, are worthy of growing hemp and creating a quality product can grow it and extract it and sell it. Whereas it's only the licensed producers here in Canada that can do that. So I don't know. It's interesting to see that, like, farming in the States, especially in areas where farming's been very hurt, has been saved from hemp, and people are getting jobs back and people are getting crop back. And, there's of course environmental elements to it, but I believe in the United States, it's going to be worth a $3.9 billion industry in 2021 in the United States, just hemp alone. So why don't we have that in Canada? Even though we have cannabis, but we can have hemp and cannabis. That's where I come from. So
and I love that you touched on that, because that's the thing. Everybody, our sweet friends of the South, or our European friends, are saying, "Oh my gosh, Canada, you're so progressive. You federally legalized this first."
What more could you want?
We're still behind in terms of streamlining and production.
Right.
So
right.
we have our farms, we have that. We are seriously still missing the middleman, the infrastructure. We have the demand. We know that people want hemp. We know that this is happening. And honestly, the biggest, other than my Nana, hi Nana, I love you.
Hi Nana.
Hey Nana. But the biggest shift has been changing that one track focus with farmers. In 2018, when I single-handedly converted 50 acres and yielded 93,000 kilos of biomass by my sweet self.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Thank you. And that was a test. And I was like, you know what? Let's learn. The same farmers that told me, well, let me just buy your property. Let me do you a kindness. And I was like, you know what? Thank you. If you need a cup of sugar. Same farmers are now coming back and they're like, well, hold on, tell me more. Tell me more about hemp. And I was like, no worry, of course, I will wait for you. Because I know you know, because originally you are from Ontario, yes.
Correct. Yeah.
But you spread your sweet wings and you went.
Oh, I'm a nomad. Yeah, I'm a nomad. Just like you, my friend. I've gotten around the world a bit. Yeah.
And I love every single thing about that. So you do know about the Chinese glass factory that's coming into Southern Ontario, yes?
No, I haven't heard. I've been trying to not listen to news lately because it's been driving me nuts. So,
And fair enough, I respect that.
Tell me about this. So, what's going on?
Ooh, okay. So, hey, everyone, you heard it here first. I mean, if you haven't heard it, this is going. I want to see like I call concessions now blocks because farm life. 3 concessions over a glass factory is happening in Stratford. They're Chinese based, and we're now looking at the pollution. So what I'm trying to get people to listen to, and I'm pitching it here first, everyone. And I know Kim, we're not political, but we're anti-pollution. What we need to understand is how much that is emitting of CO2 into the air and what hemp can do to revert that and before it even becomes an issue in the area with farmers, because I don't think that they're understanding what that's going to do to their crops. What it's, you know what I mean? Whatever that plant is getting from the air is going to be put back into the soil, and it's going to be an ongoing. I'm not a fan, but we're here growing hemp to offset it if we can.
That's really interesting. And oh man, I think maybe offline we should have a little discussion because I think I might have a little bit of input on how you might be able to use hemp to I don't know what you call it, but show the damage at least and then show how to reverse that damage, right? Like that's really interesting. So when you say glass factory, like what kind of glass? Like glasses? Like
no, like
crystal and like.
Well, I got excited. You know who Chihuly is?
No.
So he is a famous glass blower. I'll send you a link after, and like the roof of the Bellagio in Vegas or the Space Needle, that glass, like beautiful, I guess a gallery that he did.
Okay.
I fell in love with him with that. So at first I was like, glass blowing. Okay, that's artistic. That's fun. Like, you know, outlet. No, that is not what they're doing. They're making fiberglass for Toyota.
Oh, fiberglass. Okay.
So we're loving it. I mean, people are spending money in my area with signs that like are anti what's going on. Politically, I respect everything that you're up to. My thing is, and this is where you and I meet in the middle, and I love you, is let's just fix it. And that's where hemp comes in. And if everybody could wake up and listen to that, we have a really powerful message. And there are so many layers to that, right? And like I was mentioning before in your intro, your background is writing, and your background is education, and your background is like, oh my gosh, all too many things. I don't have that many fingers. And you are now applying that into the cannabis sector and dare I say, be extremely successful at it and bringing and marrying a lot of different backgrounds together. And that's why, like, I joke, like, it's not even a joke. Here we grow. And you are an example of that. And I'm so
thank you. That's so nice. And, I am an educator. Like I before I came into cannabis, I worked in the higher education sector for about a decade. I have a master of education. So my brain thinks about like, how do people understand information, or like, how do people best receive messages, or what are the messages we want to be said, and how is the best way to say it so that people actually understand it and are able to act on it. So first and foremost, I love writing, I love educating, and I love cannabis. I'd say first and foremost, I love cannabis. I smoked cannabis for 10 years or 20 years now. So it just seemed at the right time. It was about 5 years ago that it all came together, and here comes Canna-Right. Here's Canna-Right. So I've been doing it for 5 years. It's my full-time job. I do cannabis day in, day out, sometimes 12 hours a day. And it's been such a pleasure, like knowing that I can mobilize a passion for cannabis and writing and education into an actual career. And I get to meet amazing people along the way and be involved in great initiatives and advocacy, and all for this wonderful plant or this wonderful family of plants that we have. So I love it.
I love that you touched on that as well, like being able to mobilize that, right? And being able to, go literally around the world, and there's still that meeting in the middle of the plant.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was in Bali, I mean, hemp grows feral, but they're not allowed to cultivate it. But there's still that idea of, we know that this plant is going to do something and is beneficial. So this is interesting. We have a comment from Mike Powell. Hey,
Mike.
Government should pay hemp farmers for. Ooh, this is interesting. Actually, you made a post about this. This is interesting. Government should pay hemp farmers for absorbing so much CO2. Current manufacturers can pay carbon credits from other manufacturers who pollute less. Hemp farmers should be able to sell carbon credits. Interesting. You made kind of an.
I like that.
Tell us more.
Yeah. We should talk about this a little bit more. I don't know, Mike, but maybe we can get connected, because there's got to be some sort of incentive. Like all corporations they're not necessarily about, ooh, how can we reduce our carbon footprint? It's more like, how can we reduce our overhead and then look good doing it, kind of thing. So if there is some sort of incentive, like a credit or whatever, like, and it's all hemp based, like, cool. Like, maybe those are the ways that we educate about how hemp can save the world. Yeah.
It's really, actually, I like that question, because that is a huge thing, right? Like we mentioned earlier, people that are wanting to convert with cash crops, they want to know the ROI. They want to know that. And I agree. But unfortunately, our government has not monetized it yet. So there's even with insurance, there is no way to know for crop insurance. We're building an industry. Like I remember in 2018, I heard it on panels, and we heard other people say it. We're really building an industry as we go. And you think about, but we seriously are. We are building different infrastructures. That's why I love what you are up to, and with PACC and all of that good stuff, because we are building an infrastructure, and we are building the framework, and we are making best practices ourselves and allowing that to be showcased, to be like, hey, don't be taken advantage of. That being said, it reminds me of the CO2 emissions. It reminds me of when they first started doing solar panels, and they kind of oiled it, and they went around to farmers in the area and said, if you buy this, it's very cheap, and then we give you back the energy and you make money, and it's all this good stuff. Now we don't hear about them anymore. So,
right. Well, we can't make it just a fad, right? Or
that's the thing.
Right. Yeah. It's super interesting. It's like, we just need to show the people how hemp, like, and I hate to just like, it's diminish it to just a statement, but how hemp can save the world. Like, it can restore, it can diagnose, it can feed, it can clothe, it can house.
I'm going to shamelessly plug Shadi. I love you, girl, because this is exactly it.
How could you? What is that? A notebook or a book?
No, baby. This is coming to an address near you. You are absolutely getting this in the mail. This is a micro hemp cookbook, the first in 100 years to be printed on hemp paper.
Oh my God.
So oh my gosh, she's small but mighty, like our sweet hemp, like our movement, right? So Shadi is incredible. We met in Boston. We connected, all that good. We then connected over her hemp cookbook.
That's beautiful.
And it's kind of
changed the world.
And what I love about this is it is a micro cookbook, so it has all good, sweet, vegan, hemp, plant-based, everything. But exactly like you were just saying, how do we move this? On the last page, there's 10 call to actions. So it's how through hemp you can change the planet and help just in your daily, living and how you eat or what we put into our bodies and just being aware and cognitive. I know, I'm excited.
I love it.
We're going to have
I love it.
You get it.
I love it. I love Mike's comment here. I wouldn't know how I'll go about it. It's one of my stone thoughts. I have stone thoughts all day long. It's like my life. But yeah, stone thoughts are going to change the world too.
Absolutely. I do not call them stone thoughts. I think it's a moment of clarity.
Clarity, and like you access a part of your brain that you probably wouldn't otherwise, right?
Absolutely. Interestingly, I was just reading an article, and I know that I might get like weird comments after because they're like, "Oh, you're wrong," whatever. But I was reading an article that if humans could access 90% of their brain, it would be a completely different thing. And I know that you get it because we're weird and we really like.
Yeah, it's like that movie. Did you ever see that movie with Bradley Cooper where he takes the pill and then you can
Limitless.
What is it?
Limitless.
Limitless. Yeah.
Or have you seen Lucy?
Which one?
Lucy. With
No, I mean, no, same kind of deal.
Hey viewers, well, same concept but different. Viewers, who's ever watching, watch this. And that actually brings me to my second point because you don't stop. You are doing a million things at once always. And you have now started Canna Right Crime. Tell us about that.
Cannabis and crime. Yeah. So aside from so my second love is true crime. Yeah, my mutual, yeah, like it's like a symbiotic love. I've been watching crime, like I can remember being glued to the TV back in like 1994 with the O.J. Simpson trial and 1996 with JonBenet Ramsey and all that stuff. So I used to sit in the library at lunchtime during my lunch at school in high school and read Crime and Punishment, like not Crime and Punishment, but like true crime books and like books, yeah, like things about like Ted Bundy and Ed Gein and like, I love true crime, and it's not to say that I love serial killers by any means. I think serial killers are messed up. I think murdering people is messed up. What I'm interested in is the psychology behind why people murder, and then also the investigative parts of what it takes to actually catch bad guys. So Cannabis and Crime, it's going to be a show on Kelly's Green Lounge, KGL TV.
Kelly, I love you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have 10 episodes. The episodes are gonna only come out once a month because it's a lot of work to put together. All the episodes are going to cover Canadian crime. So I have 10. I can't tell you what they're going to be yet because they're all under wraps. But I've been researching them. And at the same time, I'm going to start my videos with reviewing a cannabis product that's from our legal market. So I'm going to start by checking it out, opening it up, checking out the buds, giving it a roll, start my crime story, give it a smoke. Continue my crime story, and then when I'm finished my smoke, we'll talk about the effects, and then we'll go back into the crime story. So,
and that's so cool because I don't want to give too much away because I for one am waiting with bated breath on this because you and I share the same love of needing, it's not, I don't condone obviously any horrible, but
Murder, murder's bad.
but we like to know the psychology behind it. And what I love about what you're saying too is now that you're adding that, I am wondering, and stay tuned, peeps and kids, if you can find a correlation with if these people did have the access to cannabis, would that have altered the way that they operated? I mean,
Ooh, certainly might have given the reflection to think, should I kill this person or not? If they had just smoked a joint and had that 5 minutes of reflection.
Yeah,
probably,
like, you know, I'm okay with this strain.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
I don't think we need to kill Sharon Tate because we don't know her. So
right.
Charles Manson,
right. And the weed back in the 60s where it wasn't that great. So who knows what the Manson family was smoking, right? So yeah.
I'm excited. And so you said that there's 10 episodes.
10 episodes. So yeah, they're all Canadian crimes. I do try to cover a multitude of people who represent Canada as a whole. So I have stories about Black people, Indigenous people, trans community, you know, and all kinds of Canadians, so that I'm making sure that I'm really in covering the stories of everybody. True crime tends to be a very whitewashed genre where it's like, it's always so cool to tell the story of the white girl, the popular white girl that gets murdered. No, I want to tell the story about the missing and murdered women in British Columbia, Indigenous women. I want to tell the story of the transgender people in Canada who have hate crimes against them. So yeah, I'm really excited.
And I love that. I mean, obviously those are like not fun topics, but those are the topics that we discussed. And those, what I love, like you're saying, you're not discriminating, and it's bringing everything to light through cannabis. You know what I mean? Like, it's this amazing, incredible umbrella. And you mentioned earlier as well, when people aren't getting the difference between hemp and marijuana, the best, and I will never forget this woman. I don't remember her name, but I would know her face in a lineup. She was so sweet. We were in Hawaii. I was at the hemp summit. She was at the coin collection summit. We met her, and she was like, I have to ask, what is hemp? It's weed, right? And I was like, no. Best way I can put it is cannabis is the umbrella, and it's like citrus. Imagine citrus. You have orange and you have a grapefruit. Are they the same?
Right.
No, but they're in the same family.
Right.
And this woman looked at me like I just told her Santa Claus was real and was like, that makes so much sense.
That's a great analogy.
Thank you. But it's
a great analogy.
You know what I mean? It's like light bulb. Okay, I understand the difference.
Right.
And that's what I love about what you are currently doing is you are advocating for this, you know, incredible plant and educating. And I don't want to use the term dumbing it down because I don't like when people say that. It's not
you have to go back to basics though, right?
That's exactly it. Like when somebody says dumb it down for me, I'm like, no. You're not dumb for not knowing spider remediation. You're not dumb.
It just hasn't been around.
That's the thing. Like, let's get that message out there. And you are doing it and doing it well.
Thanks, girl. I love my hemp. I'll tell you that. I love my cannabis and I love my hemp. I love anything that's green and saves lives and saves people and makes people feel good and makes people their best selves, or at least helps people in their journey of being their best selves. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful plant. And, you know, I am not religious. Like, I'm spiritual. I don't belong to a certain religion, but I do believe there's a creator of some sort, whether that's God, whether it's Allah, whether it's whoever you want to call it, Ronald McDonald, but there is some sort of creator that put this plant on this planet and then made this endocannabinoid system and said, you know, you have all the secrets right on the planet to the parts that like what we created in your body. Like, it's just, it makes so much sense. Like it's divine. It's absolutely divine that we have this plant and then this endocannabinoid system. So we need to make sure that we're locking the two and connecting and really showing that cannabis and hemp are life. It simply is. So
It's, I mean, that's funny. It just said that I'm not, by the way, I'm not in Marie. It's on the other side. I don't know why it's doing that. But you just,
yeah.
I almost switched. Freaky Friday.
Oh, well.
But it's really incredible that you, because people are asking, they want to get in touch with you, and I'm going to send you all the good stuff. But I love that you brought up the fact that it is life, and now people are like, hey, what are we doing? So we are really poised to be in a beautiful position where, once again, circling back to your point, it's food, it's fuel, it's life, it's water. Can we also take a second and talk about that? Water is crap in the middle of a Sahara desert. If you can create and implement phytoremediation, we will get water. Hemp will fix it. It's statistically proven. It is what is happening. So, and interesting that you should say that. What was your first love, marijuana or hemp?
Definitely marijuana. Like I've been smoking marijuana since THC since 2000. So around 2000. So since I was 17, 18. So and once I picked it up, I never put it down. I smoke it every day, all day. So but then hemp, and I credit a lot of what's happened in the United States to showing me the benefits of hemp and what's possible with hemp. So my second love is certainly hemp. Yeah. But they're close. I fall in and out of, like, sometimes I'm all about the hemp. Like today I only talked about hemp. With all my phone calls.
Say that it's like kind of like a polyamorous relationship.
Right. I'm poly with my plants. Absolutely.
Oh, we're not mad at that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Relationship status, poly with plants. Right.
And plants forgive. They're not angry. They just need to know that you're coming back.
So. Exactly. They don't mind if I stray to the other one for a little while and then come back to the other one. They know that I love them both equally and there's time for them both. So.
And that's really incredible. And it's funny that you mentioned the South, because you actually, when we first met, through our sweet friend Kelly, we love you.
Yeah.
You were in, was it Oregon? Remind me.
It was Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. So that's and that's like tobacco country. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So it was actually really cool seeing former tobacco company where you drive and there's the Marlboro company and whatever.
Yes.
Being not replaced, but seeing hemp, so much beautiful hemp being grown in a state that has been known for its tobacco, and now tobacco farmers are turning to hemp and they're making money off of it now. It's like, whoa. So yeah. It was really, really neat going into the South where hemp is starting to thrive.
I am taking that in as you say it, because that was the biggest thing when I went to Tennessee to do hemp farm tours. So I'm kind of expecting the same thing, and just, no. Really interesting. There were two different models, one of which was just kind of like a free-for-all. We're learning, we're growing, we're seeing. I loved that. But then the other was exactly like my personal farm goals, where it's like you walk in and it was this hub of education, and you sit, and then each part is a different greenhouse, and it was incredible. I will actually get you the card for them, because we need to circle back and speak to them.
Please. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. And that's the wife of the company, the farm owner rather. There was no THC to be had. I mean, low key, I'm sure there was somewhere, but it was hemp. So that's when I was like, okay, hemp cigarettes, hemp. And as a smoker, I'm not proud of it.
I want hemp cigarettes. Yes.
Had all of that good stuff. Like, I mean, if it's still that oral fix. And I was like, okay, but THC was not legal. It was
right.
And I remember speaking to and to your point, I remember speaking to the farmer. He was like, I had a tobacco farm. I converted, I think it was something like 150 acres. And he's like, that's what I'm up to, and that's what we're doing. So it makes you think, okay, tobacco is out. I actually would be interested to know the stats on tobacco per acre. So if anybody has those, we're taking comments, let us know. I'm curious.
It's really cool because like I think there's a huge market there. Like I'm 2 weeks quit smoking cigarettes. And I'm using a stupid vape. Like I hate vapes, but they work for me.
You need to take a moment of, I am so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a hard thing.
Smoking,
but I want hemp cigarettes. I wish I had hemp cigarettes that look and feel like a cigarette.
I mean,
yeah. You know what?
Pardon?
Oh, cool. You have some?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool companies. I think that's a huge untapped market is even like cannabis like CBD or CBD flower cigarettes for smoking cessation. I think that's a huge market. Huge market.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand is that when you're trying to quit smoking, it's the oral fixation, right? You're so used to that, always doing that. So if you can do it in a healthy way, and Nana, I'm still looking at you. I gave her a hemp cigarette, and she's like, I could smoke this. Like there was
exactly. You're not getting high, right?
Yeah, so, it's still So I'm definitely going to mail you. And you'll be
that's
like,
awesome. That's dope.
There's no nicotine, right? It's pure hemp. Which is funny too, because the dispensaries in Nashville only sell hemp cigarettes.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's great. I love seeing that market in the States, and I just see it. I've thought myself about like creating some herbal hemp based quit smoking cigarette of some sort, but I don't have the scene for that. But like there's just too many of us smoke, and we shouldn't. It's bad for us.
And that's the we're not condoning that. We're condoning medicine.
But smoke medicine, not cigarettes. Yeah. Oh, here's Kim.
Oh, hi guys.
Hi Kim.
2-minute wrap up, okay?
2 minutes. Kim, why stop? Okay, so we have 2 minutes. I will meet you in the middle after this. There's so much more to talk to you about. So I appreciate you so much for being on IKW. It's a Canadian network hosted by Kim Cooper. We get all the good Canadian, whether it's hemp or retail or recreational, we are spreading the good educational word. Anne Marie, you are a force, and I wish we had more time because there's so much more to discuss with you.
We could talk forever, girl.
Honestly. In the meantime, where can our sweet, sweet lovelies find you?
Well, so probably Instagram would be my most active platform. So I'm at Cannawrite, CANNAWRITE. And then I'm pretty much Cannawrite across Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Otherwise, myself, I'm Anne Marie Fisher or Anne Marie Writer on Instagram. Yeah, Cannawrite, cool. But that's me. And my website's also www.cannawrite.net or .ca, whatever suits your fancy.
Whatever floats you up.
Yeah, you'll get you there. So
And should anything not work,
reach 2021, I love it.
Pardon.
Oh, Ron just writes Peace Train 2021. I love it.
Oh, we love everything about that.
Yeah, let's be on that peace train all year round.
Oh, that's incredible. Yes. And should you not be able to reach out to Danyka Unseath, myself, or Kim Cooper, Anne Marie is not far behind. We are going to, the segment is called Here We Grow. And that's why I'm so grateful to have my sweet, sweet Canna family on as guests, because there's not even one thing to speak about. It's every single thing, and we are just firing on all cylinders. And I am proud to call you a friend and colleague and adversary. Thank you so much for sharing the time.
Friend. Same, my friend. I absolutely adore you and keep doing the amazing work you're doing.
Oh my gosh, you too. By the way, everyone, this is part 1. We will be doing a part 2.
We need to catch up. Yeah, a little bit more. Stop.
Oh my gosh. Okay, before Kim kills me in the best way.
All right.
Meet you, and we will definitely meet in the middle. And here we grow.
Here we grow.
Bye, lovely.
Bye-bye.